Hey guys, it's the Missing Link here with
Anxious Panda
and
Lucci, bro.
And today we're having a discussion about Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda Studios and what that means for the future. Our references are at the bottom.
Once the deal is finalized, Bethesda properties including The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Quake, Starfield, and DOOM will be owned by Microsoft. This includes Microsoft's intent to bring Bethesda's future games into Xbox Game Pass the same day they launch on Xbox or PC. The game publisher will continue to honor a previous agreement to debut two of its games, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, on PlayStation 5 as time console exclusives, before they eventually become available on Xbox, according to Bloomberg. Halo isn't an exclusive on the Xbox platform anymore. Thanks to xCloud, you can play Halo on Android phone if you like. The next major release in series, Halo Infinite, will be free on Game Pass for console and PC when it launches next year.
Instead, the question we should be asking about Microsoft is what Bethesda brings to Xbox Game Pass, and how owning that library helps Microsoft achieve its vision for its subscription service going forward. What's immediately clear is Bethesda's acquisition makes Game Pass an even better deal. Spencer made sure to make mention of Game Pass in the company's announcement post this morning. Just as they took the bold first steps to bring the Elder Scrolls franchise to the original Xbox, Bethesda were early supporters of Xbox Game Pass, bringing their games to new audiences across devices, and have been actively investing in new gaming technology like cloud streaming, Spencer wrote. We will be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises, Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. Bethesda Game Studios director Todd Howard echoed similar sentiments, saying that it's Microsoft's vision that convinced the company to agree to join the Xbox platform. Why does it matter where the screen is or what the controller is?
Keeping the next Fallout or Elder Scrolls game off the PS5 is not a savvy business move, but making sure those games are on Game Pass is. Microsoft has shown it does not necessarily care where you play their games for the most part, rather ensuring that a major new release is available for free on Game Pass the day it comes out, with no additional cost to Microsoft for having to secure a pricey revenue sharing deal or pony up for limited time access is the goal. As of today's announcement, Microsoft says it has 15 million Game Pass subscribers at an average of $10 per user, accounting for some $5 and $1 limited time signups and subscribers for the $15 premium ultimate subscription. That is more than $1 billion in annual revenue. Add to that any revenue Microsoft plans to make off their third-party games on Xbox consoles, and through the Microsoft Store on PC, any console revenue it might earn from Series X and Series S sales and full game prices and microtransactions for its first-party titles. And you got yourself a healthy Xbox business.
But far and away, the most important part of that equation, that part that can continue to grow enormously, is Game Pass. Microsoft can double its Game Pass revenues with 30 million subscribers. At 50 million, Game Pass is generating an estimated $6 billion a year, more than 3 times what Fortnite made last year and close to the entire annual revenue of Activision Blizzard, the most valuable third-party game publisher in the industry. The Xbox business could pull in an only fraction of Sony's PlayStation 5 hardware sales and still be getting generated mind-blowing amounts of cash, purely off subscription revenue.
That's not to say Microsoft doesn't care how many Xbox units it sells or whether its first-party games make back their budgets. It's very likely Microsoft is approaching this uncertain next-gen future with contingencies in place, like using its vast pool of resources. The company has a market cap of $1.5 trillion.
$100 billion.
To keep Game Pass afloat until it starts making a healthy profit, while taking every measure to ensure it sells as many units of hardware in Halo that it can.
After discussing the previous information that we stated, we are now going to go into a discussion. And our first question is Microsoft still concerned with exclusivity, or will investing in the Game Pass prevent issues in future endeavors?
Oh, I believe so. Exclusivity with any console generation is very important, as we see before this generation with PS4 outselling Xbox with a very significant amount. mainly because of exclusivity, and Xbox is not having any games to sell their console. The only thing they had to go for was Xbox One X, just making games look a lot prettier. I would think that in the next like 10 to 15 years, when everything goes cloud based, I don't think that exclusivity is going to matter as much, because everything's just going to end up being on a cloud service or on PC itself. But yeah, I mean, I think it does matter.
Personally, I think exclusivity has a minor factor to do with current gaming. A lot of things are moving to subscription services, cloud-based, and having the Game Pass on both the Xbox and the PC, meaning you can crossplay anytime and still have your choice of console, essentially. And them moving Bethesda into their works isn't exactly going to mean they're going to remove big games like Fallout and other things like that from PlayStation. Like they said, it's not quite the savvy move. So, like, I think exclusivity is slowly going to go out the window.
Well, guys, I am in agreement with both of you. I feel like exclusivity is no longer going to be a thing. There's a certain game that's out on every platform right now. It's called Dauntless. It is literally cross-platform. You can play it on PC, you can play it on Switch, you play it on PlayStation, you play it on Xbox, and the save data carries throughout everything.
Will Sony retaliate with their own subscription service / improve on their current streaming one?
You know, PlayStation already has a streaming service called PlayStation Now, but there's the option to download the games directly to your hard drive. It's quite differently from Xbox Game Pass, where all the games is downloaded to your hard drive instead of just streaming over the cloud. PlayStation now has a long way to go to catch up to Xbox Game Pass, in my own opinion. It's the quality of game over streaming connection. It has a long way to go too. We're just not there yet, in like the internet infrastructure wise. But yeah, that's. I mean, they have to prove a lot on their own current service right now to even keep up at this point.
As far as that goes, the subscription service hasn't really been that great anyway. So, in my opinion, personally, I think that Sony really won't give a shit. The only thing that really matters to Sony is their console sales, and whether or not they outsell Xbox. It does seem feasible, but not likely.
Will Sony retaliate with their own service or streaming service? As Panda said, they do have a streaming service, and everyone kind of knows it's not really the greatest. It's cloud-based, so I mean, it's like connectivity. You have to worry about internet, and then you have to worry about if what you're using can keep up with what you're playing. As a person who is kind of like too poor to afford a PC, basically, before the recent times. That PlayStation or the console wars was a real thing, and I was heavily PlayStation Nation, but I think Microsoft gave themselves up a leg and a half here when they came out with the Game Pass, and Sony probably won't have much of a choice but to come out with something similar within the soon time. Should Sony be worried about Microsoft's territorial gains? Anxious Panda, tell me, what do you think about that question?
Absolutely.
I mean, short and sweet, yeah, I guess you do think they should be worried. What about you, Link? What do you think?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they should be worried.
No, hold up. Yeah, you gotta think about this, right? How the fuck are you not gonna be worried about a company buying, you got Elder Scrolls, you have Fallout, you have Doom,
what was the specifics? They said before the acquisition is complete, they're going to be jumping from 15 studios to 23 studios. Microsoft is buying already a major publishing studio. Why shouldn't Sony be worried? I mean, yeah, they get to choose where they're distributing. I understand exactly where Penn is coming from. They pick and choose where their games are going to be.
But now they can short Sony on making games more expensive.
Which is a move Microsoft has definitely done in the past, with the example of Black Ops 2 and 1 and Call of Duty in general getting updates before PlayStation. I mean, we just have to come to the agreement, I guess. Sony should be worried.
The real question we need to ask ourselves is, does Skyrim come to the Xbox Series X?
Are they remaking GTA 5 again?
I'm gonna be able to play Skyrim on my TI fucking calculator.
Oh my god, that thing is gonna be able to run. That's gonna be like after Doom.
It's a TI-82.
It's gonna be, but can your TI run Skyrim. Like, your smart fridge runs Skyrim. Eventually, we'll be there.
No, but my lampshade can run Doom.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in for today's episode. If you have any thoughts, be sure to let us know down below.
All right, y'all take care. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.